Okay, this past week, as you know, we aired an interview I did with Seattle's socialist Councilwoman Kshama Sawant. The theme of our conversation was whether she's too divisive to be an effective leader. Sawant's opponent in the upcoming election, Egan O'Ryan, believes she has become toxic.
Colleagues that she has to work with at city council or at the port or at the county or the state level, she's burnt those bridges. So her ability to be effective is minimized by her political style.
For her part, Sawant thinks the real division is in society, not within her.
The problem they have is that I did not bend to them. That's when, but they won't tell you the truth, which is that I don't like her because she doesn't represent my endless corporate greed. They will say, I don't like her because she's divisive, but that's misleading because the underlying reality of inequality is what's divisive.
So some folks who watched that interview called it tone policing. Tone policing means that you dismiss someone's argument because their delivery is too emotional. I'll read you a few tweets we got with reaction to the Sawant interview about this. So Melissa wrote, there is a center-right pattern of posing questions to and of female candidates about their divisiveness and their lack of appeal that is not posed to men. Joshua asked, really? Another woman is being divisive? I can't help but notice that charge is rarely made about men. First, I disagree that men are never called divisive. The president is a good example of someone who's called divisive a lot. And I do agree, though, that women are often held to a different standard than men when it comes to whether they are likable. But at the same time, it is possible for women to be divisive. It is. If we argue that any criticism of a woman's tone is unfair, then we're forced to ignore, for the sake of political correctness, instances where tone is part of the story. Like when Sawant forcefully accused Seattle police of carrying out a brutal murder in the deadly shooting of a black man. She was later sued by 2 officers over it, and their lawsuit was dismissed eventually. Or all the times that Sawant supporters have disrupted city council meetings, even to the point that meetings have had to be shut down. In politics, sometimes tone does matter a lot. And Sawant understands this. In fact, she counts on it. Because to her, that tone is what gets things done.
It is important that those of us who want a city based on social justice, not on corporate greed, it's important that we are not apologetic about fighting for that city. And if it requires disrupting a city council meeting, then that needs to be done.
So when a politician's tone is, by their own admission, used as a political tool to help make progress, then discussing it is fair game.